pwedeng ituloy ng bagong administration ang subway project, pwedeng gamitin ang sariling pondo o kumuha sila ng bagong private sector, kung meron sila makukuha, na bagong private sector partner para dito. Pwede rin nilang baguhin ang proyekto. At kung tama ang rinig ko na hindi naniniwala ang bagong administrasyon sa subway bilang solusyon sa traffic congestion, pwede namang hindi na lang nila ituloy at ibenta na lang ang assets. And it will still earn money for the city. Kaya't walang basihan at paninira lamang ang sinasabi nila na one-sided ang agreement at dehado ang Makati. Tungkol naman sa sinasabi nilang midnight deal. Mahaba pa ang proseso ng arbitration kahit na may settlement agreement. Kaya walang basihan ang sinasabi ng bagong administrasyon na ito ay minadali. The claim that the settlement was rushed has no basis. It is exaggerated. Why? The settlement agreement will still need approval by the arbitral tribunal based in Singapore. Di pa tapos. Second, it will require COA approval. And last, it will require an approval of the City Council for the appropriation of funds for the payment. Kaya nga wala pang appropriation dahil wala pang award. Hindi pa tapos sa arbitration court. Hindi raw itutuloy ng bagong administration ang settlement agreement. They could have done that without making so much empty noise. Hindi nila kailangan manakot, magbigay sa media ng distorted or false information. Hindi ko kasi ugali. Alam nyo yan, in the past 9 years, hindi ko ugali na siraan o sisihin sa media ang pinalitan kong administrasyon. Lalong hindi ko ugali to exaggerate, sow fear, or spread falsehoods. If it needs to be fixed, I fix it. To cancel the settlement agreement is their prerogative, but they must be prepared for the consequences of their decision. Ano ang alternatibo by not agreeing to the settlement? The case will now proceed to arbitration. Kahit i-reject nila ang settlement, they cannot avoid arbitration. Hindi pwedeng iwasan o takasan ang arbitration. It will be a long and costly process, which we wanted to avoid in the first place. The city will incur legal and other related expenses in the millions for an undetermined period of time. And all these expenses will be paid with taxpayers' money. And the risk for the new administration is that at the end of that arbitration, they may be ordered to pay $1.7 billion to be awarded to the developer. Handa ba silang isugal ang $1.7 billion na pera ng Makati? And even if they win in arbitration, the city will still be obligated to reimburse the investor the amount it invested in the project. Hindi naman pwedeng hindi sila magbayad ng kahit isang singko. Simple lang. Kung walang settlement, tuloy ang arbitration na walang kasiguruhan kung kailan ito matatapos at kung sino ang mananalo. Samantala, ang proyekto ay maaantala at walang malinaw na solusyon upang maibsan ang mabigat na traffic sa Makati. Sayang ang pagkakataon na binibigay ng subway project upang mas lalong pang paunlarin ang Makati at ang kapakanan ng mga Makatizen. With the settlement, ang ilalabas ng Makati ay $160 million to end any legal uncertainty on the subway project. At may dagdag pa na isang kumpanya na may net assets na $1.6 billion at full control ng subway project. The settlement agreement is still the better option. Pwede naman ako tawagan ni ate at tanungin privately kung meron silang hindi maintindihan. Pero tila hindi kalinawagan ang gusto ng mga tao sa paligid niya, pero ang pagbalik ng kadiliman. Thank you at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Questions?
So yun po, ano po yung analysis nyo kung anong pagtingin nyo dito? Bakit nga po ba binibring up ito ngayon ng President District?
Well, I think I've been trying to, talagang iniisip ko lang mabuti, ano bang mapapala kung ilalabas ito? Kasi kung tutuusin, pwede naman na i-withdraw nila yung settlement agreement na hindi na kailangang ilabas because technically confidential nga yung negotiations. It is really para siraan ako. Kasi kung tutuusin, pwede lang i-withdraw, palitan nila ng iba nang walang nakakaalam, na hindi nila kailangan manira ng kahit sino at nagawa nila yung gusto nila. Bakit nga? Bakit pa kailangan ngang ilabas? I can only think of one thing. It is really to undermine my legacy. Yung 9 years na itinrabaho ko bilang mayor na maayos yung pagpapatakbo sa Makati. Other than that, yun lang yung naiisip ko. Sana lang nag-antay sila ng bandang, ang aga naman, 1 linggo pa lang, na nakaupo, naninira na agad. Nagbabakasyon na ako eh. Tapos ini-interrupt nila yung bakasyon ko. So unfortunately, that's how it is. I don't see any other reason other than manira.
Ma'am, ihabol ko lang one last question from me. Yung pag-address lang doon sa claim nila na nahirapan silang kunin daw po yung mga dokumento related to this.
Okay. They have to remember, although they know naman for a fact that it was only in June 20 that we were given a resolution from the council to enter into a settlement agreement. So, nung June 23, dun lang namin finorward sa Singapore, sa SIAC, sa Singapore Arbitration Court, yung settlement agreement. So, that's, hindi namin kasalanan na late. Kasi late lang din naman nagkaayos. Late lang din naman nagkaroon ng resolution and all that. So, it is not, for them to allege again that we were purposely making it difficult for them to get a copy of the documents is again not true. Because June 20 nga lang kami nakakuha ng resolution. June 20, kasi it will be premature for us to give it to them. Even if they asked it May 13, or even if they asked it June 1, wala pa naman eh. Wala pang settlement agreement at the time. So it was only after we forwarded it to SIAC that we gave them a copy of the settlement agreement.
Ma'am, Patrick po from Rappler. Ask ko lang po, I think yung isa sa pinoint out nung kabilang campus yung regarding the documentation, pero more specifically, I think yung sa progress ng project, parang wala raw silang idea or dun sa document na tinurn over sa kanila yung details or information about the progress, kung nasa na ba yung project or subway.
Hindi ko yun masasagot kung hindi nila alam yung progress. Basta yung number one, they cannot question the valuation that was given by Pricewaterhouse. Kumbaga if they want to question the amount of the settlement agreement, which is based from an independent auditing firm, that's their call. Kung sa tingin nila na hindi tama, yun ba ang ibig sabihin na hindi kina-question nila yung amount of investment
I think,
na pinasok nung partner, nung aming JV, kung yun ang kina-question nila, then they should question the auditing firm. Because it is, the value came from an independent auditing firm. Na yun yung pinasok nila na investment.
Pero I think yung isa sa issue was yung status of the project. Parang wala raw detailed record dun sa
What do you mean by status? The status is hindi na siya pwedeng ituloy. That is the status because it's supposed to be until Taguig. 'Di ba? Yun yung initial, it's supposed to end until Hospital ng Makati, which is now under Taguig na. So I don't know what they mean by hindi nila alam yung status.
Done, yes.
Well, that's the
Parang the construction progress, parang at least how many percent something. Yeah.
Hindi, so kami, kasi yung, as far as I know, the process is, di ba bibili muna ng mga properties. Kasi yun, dun mo lalagay yung mga stations, di ba? Wala pa technically construction. Kasi we're still in that process of buying the properties along the stations. Although nandyan na yung tunnel bore, yung tunnel boring machine, pero yung actual construction, wala pa. Kasi kung may actual construction, mas malaki yung magiging exposure ng developer. Then mas malaki dapat yung mabayaran nila doon sa developer. Diba?
Pero ma'am, di ba supposedly this year, 2025 yung target. Pero bakit,
Nagkaroon ng COVID.
Yes, yung COVID yung
Yeah.
main issue kung bakit
Yeah.
nahal.
And yung mga gamit kasi, even the engineers were supposed to come from China. Eh, dahil COVID, nag-lockdown, hindi gumalaw. Yun yung reason kung And remember, that was 2020 until early 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So, kinain na nila yung buong time na yon for us to be able to start the construction.
I think second question or last na siguro, yung InfraDev said in a disclosure that yung project is, quote, I quote, no longer economically feasible, given nga, do you share the similar sentiment? And if not, have you done any assessment to counter yung claim nila?
No, you have to remember that when InfraDev made the proposal, kasama yung hanggang OSMAC. So, kinompute nila yung earnings nila and all. And usually in any project, the deviation should not be more than 10%. But obviously, this is a deviation of more than 10%. So, from 10, magiging 4 na lang. Yung 4 na lang yung magiging station. So, sinasabi ni InfraDev, as far as we're concerned with the amount of money that we were supposed to invest, it is not economically feasible for me anymore, for InfraDev. But it does not mean that the project is not economically feasible. Kaya nga ang sinasabi namin, maghanap kayo, the city can do it, or the city can find another partner that can do it. In fact, we even made another study, another feasibility study for yung natira na lang. Yun na nga yun yung ibibigay. Yun na yung magiging pagmamay-ari ng Makati City, yung revised feasibility study ng subway project na hindi nakasama yung mga nandoon sa EMBO. Kaya kung tutuusin, sabi ko nga parang hinain ko na nga kakainin na lang nila. Tinatanggihan pa nila. Luto na kailangan na nilang maghanap ng partner or kung gusto nila sila nang gumawa, they can do it. Unless they don't want to do it. They don't believe in the subway, then that's a different story. Dakin Poy? Oh. Oh, ladies first daw. Okay, hindi din totoo yun. Kung tutuusin, una-una silang pumunta sa media, di naman ako, di ba? O, tapos sasabihin nila wala silang documents na madala sa media. You're the ones that went to the media in the first place. And, may I ask, hindi ba kayo in breach nung sa confidentiality? You're not even supposed to disclose the documents. Diba? And they are lawyers. They should know that. So why did they breach the confidentiality agreement? Why? That's my question. And the confidentiality agreement is not just in the, when we entered into the arbitration court, it is in the joint venture agreement. Nandun na yun, from the very beginning. So yung lack of documents na sinasabi nila, which I answered kanina dun sa question ni Sandra, was the documents were only available after June 23, after we submitted the documents, the settlement agreement to the Singapore Arbitration Court. And it's not true that they don't have a copy. They do. Because, di ba nga ngayon sinasabi nila, we need more time. So that means they have the documents. Hindi pwedeng kulang yung documents. Kung kulang yung documents, ano ang aralin nila? Di ba?
PG from Philippine Star. So, for the record, we formally communicated with the incoming administration after June 23 na merong settlement agreement. And what was their response at the time?
Wala. Wala naman silang response eh. We gave them, di ba, may transition team sila. Lahat yan binigay namin before, if I'm not mistaken, even before June 30. Because continuing yung sa arbitration.
So they did not raise any question
No.
kasi sinasabi parang ang language kasi parang na-uncover nila na ganito tapos nagulat sila na may na-discover silang ganito.
Okay, paano sila nagulat? Eh, kung tutuusin, may council session nung June 20. So, paano sila magugulat? Kasi kung tinignan lang nila sa records ng Office of the Sanggunian, makikita nila na merong initial na resolution yung council nung June 20. Diba? Eh, hindi naman nila tinignan yung dokumento ng OSSP eh. Technically, you don't have to wait for the law department to get documents. Because if you wanted to see as early as June 20 or as early as June 21, makikita mo na, at yung session naman namin, that's very transparent. Makikita mo yung agenda. Oh, tapos meron isang konsehal na hindi ko kakampi. They could have asked her. So, medyo, sila yung hindi nag-aral. Yung pinakita nila sa inyo na PowerPoint ba, yung 8B na balanse, pero hindi nila sinabi sa inyo magkano pera sa bangko. Because it's not 1:1. Yes, you have a balance of 8B na for your budget from July to December, but your cash in bank is over 25B. Bakit ang lagi nilang pinapakita ay certification ng budget officer? Bakit hindi sila nagpapakita ng certification ng pera sa bangko? Bakit hindi sila kumuha ng certification sa city treasurer kung magkano ang pera sa bangko? Para sabihin nila na walang pera pang bayad. It's not about the budget. You can always pass a supplemental budget. Case in point, when we passed our annual budget in 2025, it was at 19B. Because ang naming pera, nagsusupplemental budget pa nga kami. Kasi meron kaming savings. So, ang budget namin ngayon for 2025 is 24B. So, paano nila sasabihin na hindi pwedeng magbago ng budget? May pera ka pa eh. O, magdadagdag ako pa ng project, papasa lang ako ng supplemental. You can do that. Again, mag-aral muna kasi. Kung alam nila yung proseso, then malalaman nila may solusyon. Hindi yung biglang illegal. Hindi biglang, bakit, anong basis nila na grossly disadvantageous? Do they have a basis? They're saying that it will affect the programs. Really? But there's money. Ang gusto nila bang sabihin ay ayaw nilang magbayad. Yun bang sinasabi nila? That we have no intention of paying the partner. Is that the signal that they want to tell the business community? That the business community should be wary of having partnerships with the city. Because baka hindi namin kayo i-compensate. Sends a very, very bad signal. May question pa?
Yes, ma'am. Chill po from DZXL. Nabanggit din po dun sa, na during po ng turnover, meron daw po, yun nga sa transition po, hindi po daw nabanggit kasi itong agenda na 9 billion pesos. So, di po ba dapat ito daw yung transparent daw
Hindi
kayo
nabanggit
regarding-
sa agenda ang alin.
Yung
Nung
nai-
agenda nung kailan? Nung anong araw nung transition? Kasi technically, pumunta lang sila sa City Hall, parang 2 beses lang ba? 16 and 27 lang sila pumunta eh. Yung transition team eh. If I'm not mistaken, ah. But there was no document to give. Nung humingi sila ng June 4, wala pang settlement agreement eh. So, anong document na bibigay namin sa kanila? Diba? Bakit sila nag-i-insinuate na may bad faith? Eh, wala pa namang document to begin with when they were asking for it.
Dito po sa side po ng ng Infradev, inamin po nila na hindi daw financially at economically viable tong Makati Subway project. Sa madaling salita, lugi po ba or parang walang saysay pag tinuloy pa itong proyekto?
Sa kanila, lugi na sila. Kasi yung exposure nila masyadong malaki. Yun ang sinasabi nila. Pero, hindi nila sinasabi na yung project itself is not economically feasible. Kaya yun nga yung sinasabi namin na in fairness sa Infradev, sinasabi niya, balik mo na lang yung in-invest ko, ituloy mo sa iba. Kasi kung tutuusin, kapag nakuha na yung company na worth 1.6 B dollars, walang utang yun That company is it has assets. Walang liabilities yun. But the company is just no longer interested in pursuing the project. It's as simple as that. So, yung pagdating sa arbitration, magkakalabanan dyan kung magkano yung ibabayad. Hindi pwedeng walang ibabayad.
Sa arbitration case po, may laban ba o may chance bang manalo tong Makati? And bakit po?
Okay. Okay. Unang-una, ang arbitration court is not an ordinary court. Meaning, if you say that you will win, it means that you will still pay, pero hindi yung buong amount na kiniklaim nung kabila, which is 1.7B. Pero magbabayad ka pa rin. At hindi mo alam kung magkano yung babayaran mo. At hindi mo alam kung gaano katagal bago lumabas yung decision. Remember, the amount that is in the settlement is just to be able to return the investment of the developer. Hindi po to fine. Hindi ito kagaya nung, remember there was a contract that was canceled during the time of the Aquino administration with a Belgian company where it was fined 800 million, if I'm not mistaken. That was a fine. Ito, bibigay mo yung 160, sa'yo na yung kumpanya. So, hindi siya danyos. It's not damages, it's not a fine. It's like, sulian lang tayo. May kapalit na assets. So, paano ka pa malulugi nun? Kung makukuha mo yung kumpanya ng magbabayad ka lang ng 10% of the value of the company. Siguro naman naaral nila yun. Dahil nasa dokumento yun. Kaya kailangan, hindi nila pwede sabihin na hindi nila alam yung valuation ng kumpanya. Because it is a listed company.
Last question po. Para ma-clear din sa public po, meron ba talagang maayos na transition between sa inyo po and this new kaupo lang po na si Mayor Nancy?
Hindi ba, one-sided kung sasabihin ko, as far as I'm concerned, naging maayos ang transition. Again, ayoko manira. Kung ano yung ginawa nila ng transition. I'm not here to tell them what their job's supposed to be. You know, when you're a new incoming group The problem is if you don't know what the right questions to ask. Eh, hindi naman para kami madaming dapat mong malaman eh. Pero sila naman yung nagtatanong, nasan yung ganito, nasan ganyan, kailangan namin ng inventaryo ng lahat ng assets ng city, kailangan namin yung listahan ng mga empleyado, ilan yung regular, ilan yung ano. Detail din naman yung hiningi nila eh, nabinigay din naman namin eh. Eh, kasalanan ba namin, they were not interested. There were, sa laki ng at lawak ng pagpapatakbo ng city, hindi mo naman kayang tanungin lahat. So, pero nung humingi sila nung status nung subway, yung mga PPP, lahat naman yung binigay namin eh. And it's there. The documents are there. It's not like you just have to do your own research. It's not for us to spoon feed them. Hindi ko alam. I mean, the public obviously knows the conflict between me and my siblings. The best way to do it is to become professional. And the way to do it is for her team and my team to meet. Hindi naman kailangan kaming dalawa pa. 'Di ba? Kasi may mga tanong naman sila na, kunyari, it's best that the HR answers that question. It's best that it's answered by yung city legal, di ba? Technically, yung mayor, ano lang naman yun eh, magbibigay lang ng direction yun eh. Pero hindi naman siya kailangan talaga part ng transition team. Because at the end of the day, it's her transition team that should tell her, ito yung mga, that should report to her, which is essentially what happened. Ito yung mga dokumento, di ba? Ganun, kahit naman ako nang nag-transition kami noong 2016, wala akong nadatnan. Di naman kami nakita nung dating mayor. So, it's not a big deal. Kung may mga bagay na, again, if you uncover things from the previous administration, the question is, how do you handle it? Ipuputok mo ba? O aayusin mo na lang ng tahimik? It's a matter of leadership style. May mga iba na gusto na it's always that finger pointing, ayan, palpak sila, ganyan-ganyan. Kaya ito, do you become a better leader by putting down the previous administration? That really depends on your style. But that's not my style.
Ma'am, sundan ko lang po yung question. So, kamusta po yung relationship nyo nga po with the present mayor or your family po? Kasi you mentioned na pwede namang tawagan na lang ako kung may tanong sila. Go ahead po.
Ayun ang tumawag eh. Nagawin natin. Diba? Hindi naman para ako tumawag sa kanya at sabihin na nagmamagaling ako o baka sabihin pa niya sinasabotahe ko siya, 'di ba? When you ask someone for advice, there has that level of trust. Do you trust me enough for me to give you an advice? Maybe not. That's why she's not calling. So, again, how the media is portraying it na Binay versus Binay, nagkataon na magkapatid kami. But this is a old administration versus the new administration. But syempre, mas maganda kung Binay versus Binay, di ba? Pero sabi nila, hindi naman ako Binay na. So, ako, basta ang tinatayuan ko, yung nagawa ko for the past 9 years. That is my legacy. Okay? Last na?
Hi, ma'am. Andrea Taglin. Based dun sa understanding ko rin po dun sa statements ng other camp, no, parang they were saying, like, even kunyari without the documents pa about the settlement agreement, parang they were saying na, they were asking about the status, what's being done, pero parang hindi daw hindi man lang nabanggit sa kanila na yung direction is we're trying to get a settlement. Parang ganun yung effect nung, bakit parang, so they're asking na parang why, bakit hindi forthcoming with the information?
Ang tanong ay, masama ba na nagkaroon ng settlement? Na, hindi ba, we are also bound by confidentiality? So, masama ba na nagkaroon ng settlement? Dapat bang sinabi namin sa kanila na we're entering into a settlement? And you have to remember that my term ended June 30, 12 noon. Walang election ban. Walang post-election. May election ban, pero walang post-election ban. It doesn't mean that after May 12, you cannot enter into any transactions, you cannot sign any documents. To insinuate that it's a midnight deal, again, there's a negative connotation that it is a midnight deal. But the question, is it valid or not valid? It's valid. And it is not a midnight deal. Kasi hindi pa nga tapos. Dadaan pa siya mahaba pa yung proseso. Para sabihin nila, midnight deal, it is obviously a smear campaign. Wala akong, mag-aral muna sila, magpapahinga muna ako, magkita na lang kami after 3 years. Maaga pa. Malay nyo, marami pang pwede mangyari between now and 2028.
Follow-up ko na lang din po kasi we also asked about that yung dahil parang good deal na nga yung settlement na they'll be able to buy
Pursue the subway.
they will be able to buy the company and pursue the subway project. Pero yung sagot nila was parang how can it be a good deal kung mismong yung proponent is saying hindi na siya feasible?
Yun nga yung sinasabi ko, di ba? Yung proponent, ayaw niya na ituloy. Kasi sa kanya, hindi na nga, he did his numbers eh. Kasama pa yung 6 na station. Ngayon, kung kukuha ka ng bagong partner na ipapasok niya, ay para lang doon sa lugar, sa loob ng Makati, matutuloy nila yung project. So it is economically feasible. Again, okay, you don't want to pursue the subway, that's fine. You have a company worth 1.6 billion, you can start selling the assets if you don't want to pursue the subway. Lugi ka pa ba doon? May assets ka eh. Pwede mo pa ibenta yung kumpanya eh. Paano ka malulugi? O sige, di wag mo na ituloy yung subway, benta mo na lang yung kumpanya, benta mo yung mga lupa. Mayaman ka pa. Hindi ka pa lugi. Again, saan yung part na yun na nalugi? Lugi ka. In any angle, Makati is better off with a settlement agreement. Ulas na talaga, ah.
Hello. Hello po, ma'am. I'm Giselle. Sabi nyo kanina na magkita na lang kami after 3 years. Does it mean po?
Magkikita kami, bakit?
Does it mean po na
Magkikita
are you
kami,
planning po
magkita
to
kami
run
sa
again?
mata, ano? No, I am not. It's really too early to tell. You know, to be honest, again, hindi ko pa alam yung, sasabihin nyo naman, yun na naman siya, nag-aalab na naman siya ng sign. I actually like being a private citizen. I like, for 18 years, I was a public servant. Parang iba naman yung a new chapter in my life. And it's really time for family and for myself. So gusto ko makapag-aral muna, if ever, makapagbiyahe. It's more for self, di ba? Yung to be selfish for a change. Because I really put everything, masala na yung pag-mayor ka kasi 24/7 na trabaho yon. It was a very, very big sacrifice for my family. So, magkikita kami after 3 years kasi dun natin malalaman after 3 years kung anong magiging decision. Ay, malit naman ang Makati, di ba? Baka magkita kami bukas, di ba? O, hindi naman kami mag-aantay after 3 years. O, magkita kami bukas. O. So, parating pa lang tayo sa exciting part. Ha? Mga 3 years. Mag-aantay siya. So, pa-suspense ba? You know, nakailang ano pa lang, mga 1,000 days pa, di ba? O, mga ganun pa siya mag-aantay bago niya malaman. Okay?
And last na rin po.
Last.
Yung dun sa ano po, di ba sabi niyo po hindi kayo tinawagan. Kayo po ba ma'am, nag-initiate po kayo na tawagan
Hindi ko siya pwede tawagan. Kasi, hindi ko alam number niya. Ayun. Bagnet, sa totoo. Gosh, when was the last time I spoke to her? My daughter is 15. Mga 20 years. So, it's been a while. So, bigla ako tatawag, oh, yung saboy ganito. Expect mo ba na overnight tatawag ka kung almost 20 years na kayo hindi nagkikita, tapos you're going to talk about the subway na ang sinasabi niya grossly disadvantageous? How will you be able to change her mind if they have already reached a conclusion that it is not beneficial? It's not beneficial. So, mahirap naman kung biglang tatawagan mo siya na sasabihin niya, ba't nagmamagaling ka? Ako na mayor ngayon. You don't really know how that phone conversation will go down. So, kahit yung transition team niya, tawagan na lang ako kasi kaya ko naman sagutin yung mga tanong nila. As you can see, it is me answering the questions. It is not my former city legal. It is not my former city admin because I can answer your questions. I don't need a team of other people to answer for me.
Tama po ba ma'am, after 20 years yung last? May we know po kung ano yung last na pag-uusap?
Hindi na kasama sa settlement, hindi na kasama sa press con yan, ha? Matagal na. Before 2016 pa, before 20. It's not something that, it's not known to the public, pero matagal na. This is before nag-away kami ng brother ko in public. It's matagal na to. Super tagal na. So, hindi siya parang nangyari lang last year or nung last election.
Never miss a story. Unlock exclusive access to uninterrupted streaming and premium news content. Subscribe to ANC 24/7 on YouTube and join ANC Prestige today.